Let's now move on to our Android Basics segment. And this week we continue with the notification settings, which is found by going to the system settings and then notifications. Last week we started on this subject matter, and this week we're going to be talking about three items. Ed is going to be talking about conversation and notification delays, and then I'll be talking about the famous do not disturb. Now, guys, before we get these things rolling, do you guys have any comments about conversations or do not disturb? I think these are very important parts of the notification center.
I've got something about this actually, which is that there's a big difference between how my Samsung Galaxy S9 and my S20 FE work with this. Because when you put the S9 onto Do Not Disturb, some apps still get through and you still get some pings and dings, which is not good if you're in church or asleep or just anywhere where you don't want all those noises. Whereas my S20 FE, if you put it on Do Not Disturb, it's properly on that mode. It's much better. So with the newer Samsung phones, it works properly. I don't know about other types of Android phone, but I just thought that was worth mentioning in case somebody with, say, an S9 or possibly an S10, an older phone from a couple of years ago, puts their phone on Do Not Disturb and thinks, oh, I haven't done it properly because it hasn't worked. No, it isn't you. It's the phone, I'm afraid. So when I need an earlier phone to not disturb me at all, I have to put the ringer on silent. That's the only way to guarantee the silence, unfortunately.
That's a very interesting point you made there, Fee, because in reality, if that is happening, then you want to make sure you exclude them. I know that in my demonstration of the Do Not Disturb, you have a way of choosing which apps you want to let it override that Do Not Disturb. So I'm wondering maybe there's something in there that one could further customize, but that's how you go about it. You can choose to add apps that you would like to override that rule if you wanted to, but at least that's how it works on like Pixely phones. Austin, do you see it happening at yours? But I know it doesn't happen in mine because unless I specifically say, hey, allow WhatsApp or Telegram to make noises during this rule.
Yeah, it's WhatsApp that was the rogue app in my S9, and I'm sure at the time when I first noticed it, I went to Do Not Disturb and it didn't have WhatsApp in the allowed list, so it was very annoying.
No, it makes sense because at least now we know who the culprit is. So if it's WhatsApp that's doing this, there may be something there in its settings that may say, hey, when I'm in a do not disturb mode, try to obey that rule, and then we'll be good buddies. But if you don't, I'm not going to be happy with you.
Yeah, it's funny though, the S20 FE just never did that stupid thing. So maybe the software is just much better now.
I have two comments regarding this. The first comment regarding S9 and the S22 is the context must be set to override Do Not Disturb. So you have a feature in which some contacts are allowed to call you or message you even when your phone is in Do Not Disturb. So that will be enabled. The next comment that I have is the most easiest phone to put in Do Not Disturb is the OnePlus series of phones, not the OnePlus Nord 2, because there is no alert slider. But the other OnePlus phones is all you need to do is just flick the alert slider on top of the power button to the third position or the position to the top of the phone, and your phone is in Do Not Disturb. So that is the most easiest phone to put in Do Not Disturb.
I do miss that as an Apple feature where there's a switch on the side and you can just flick it to put the phone on silent. I wish more Android phones would have that.
And I think that the OnePlus even does it better than what Apple has, because you have 3 sliders in the OnePlus. You have the ring mode, you have the vibration mode, and the total silence mode. So they're even better than what
That is
Apple has
better.
implemented. Yeah.
Much better. Yeah.